wanted to get it right, trying to find some balance in my life. I never really put up a fight, and now I'm losing sleep.
Hi friends, welcome back to our channel. If you're new to our channel, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment. It's a free way to help me be able to spotlight missing people, or to help me be able to put out crazy crime cases. My name's Jordan. I'm a mom to 4 amazing kids. I have a wonderful husband who is the other half of our business. He's amazing and does a lot of the work, and I am incredibly grateful for that. I don't think we would be able to do it if I didn't have him in my life. All of these videos are for entertainment purposes only. All of it's alleged. I will be spotlighting a lot of missing persons cases, and my hope in all of that is to be able to spread awareness and get these babies back home to their families, or adults back to their families. If I could help even just one person, that would mean the world to me. We also, besides YouTube, run a home decor business that we cut signs, home decor out of wood, acrylic, whatever you can think of, and then we finish it as a kit. So we've been doing it for quite some time, and thought it would be fun to join both of the true crime and the craft together. Today's case is on Michael Monkey Vaughan. Michael is 5 years old, blonde hair, blue eyes. He's 43 inches tall and weighs about 50 pounds. He was last seen wearing a blue Minecraft shirt and black boxer briefs with lime green stitching with size 11 flip-flops. He was last seen July 24th, 2021 at 6:30 p.m. around Southwest 9th Street and Arizona in Fruitland, Idaho. Police are looking for a 2016 to 2020 white Honda Pilot that was seen in the area at the time. At this point, they haven't been able to locate that car or that person. He disappeared in his neighborhood. They haven't activated an Amber Alert, and I think that that's kind of been the most confusing thing for me. The police have said that they're looking into an abduction, which is what an Amber Alert's for. An Amber Alert spreads to everybody, so everybody gets notified, and you have to meet a certain criteria, and they said that he hadn't reached that criteria. So there are petitions going around trying to get him an Amber Alert, and I'll leave that information below for you to be able to go sign and all of that kind of stuff. I also wanted to explain what his nickname was. His parents named him Monkey as his nickname because he was always bouncing off of things. And can I tell you how much I love that, because that's my little guy who's pretty close to the same age as Michael. He just bounces off of everything. So I loved that story. And please excuse me on my voice. We have COVID right now and I'm not feeling the greatest. But I thought I'm gonna try and record some videos and see how I do. So I may only make it through one, but at least I got a video done. So I kind of wanted to go into a background about Michael and tell you about him. So Michael's described as a very sweet and energetic little boy. His mom said he is always happy and his smile is contagious. He loves monster trucks and dinosaurs. And there's a video that I'll put in here of him in a drivable race car, and it's the cutest thing in the whole entire world. He is a very happy boy.
Yeah.
Michael also loves to garden with his mom. His mom's name is Brandy, and she said he has so much energy that he was teaching himself to do a front flip off of the couch, which scared her, and he almost got it right before he disappeared. He loves camping, cars, and Minecraft. You know, breaks my heart because as a mom, you think of those things that scare you and frustrate you about what our children are doing and the harm that they're putting themselves into. But I can imagine having my child disappear and just wishing to be able to have my kid be doing front flips off the couch. Sorry if I get emotional. This case has really hit me pretty hard, and I think it's because he sounds a lot like my little guy, and I just can't even imagine what Brandy and her family are going through right now. So, timeline, he disappeared July 27th, 2021 at 6:30 p.m. At 12:30 on that day, Brandy left for work. Michael is at home with Tyler. Tyler's the dad, and their 3 siblings. At 12:30 p.m., Brandy went to work. Michael was left with Tyler, his dad, and his other 3 siblings. At 4 p.m., Brandy calls home on a lunch break. Tyler had just put the baby down. Michael was in the living room playing the Switch, and the other siblings were on their phones. So Michael was playing the Switch, other siblings were playing their phones, while Dad was putting the baby down for a nap, which is a very common thing. I don't think they did anything wrong in that sense. I don't think they did anything wrong in the case, period. But I don't feel like they put any of their kids in danger in that sense. At 6:30 p.m., Tyler checks on the baby and changes the baby's diaper, and then he orders pizza. Between 6:30 and 6:45, 4 different neighbors said that Michael knocked on their doors trying to find someone to play with, and they either walked him home or watched him walk home. All of the neighbors' homes were searched multiple times is what I heard. Michael was last seen by a neighbor heading east on Southwest 9th Street. Brandy assumed Michael had gone out of the side of the garage, which leads to their front yard. And then he wandered from that point in looking for an older child to play with. At 6:47 p.m., so remember that, 6:47, it was between 6:30 and 6:45 that Michael had been out, and about 6:47, so 2 minutes later from the 45, or 17 minutes later, we don't know the exact timing, a white Honda Pilot was seen leaving the area of Southwest 8th Street that police are still looking to identify. That's another thing with the Amber Alert that I don't understand, because on the Amber Alert it says that there has to be somebody that they are looking for to have taken Michael. So having the car being seen, to me, that means that's a valid reason for Amber Alert, because you're looking for that white Honda Pilot that was in the area. So therefore, it should have been an Amber Alert. And there were so many other things that went to that, but that specific one hit me because I was like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Like in the Summer Wells case, and I know I've talked a lot about the Summer Wells case, but she got an Amber Alert out for her, and they have no signs that anybody abducted her. There was a red pickup truck in the area that the police were looking for, but they weren't necessarily saying that person did it. But I don't understand how Summer got a Amber Alert, but then Michael didn't get an Amber Alert when they essentially were in the same situation. But I guess different laws in different states are different, and they get to choose what they want to do. Police said they're also looking for a man with dark hair who was wearing shorts and a white t-shirt that was seen running in the area. But I think since then, to this day, we know that they interviewed him and he has been cleared. At 7:04, Tyler calls Brandy at work. So at this point, Michael had been missing for 35 minutes. And he hadn't called the police or anything. And I understand as a parent that you don't want to just go to that assumption. You kind of just assume that they probably just wandered off, or they were hidden somewhere in their house, or all those kinds of things, because I know, being a parent, that that's happened to me. That one of my kids have gone into a closet and fallen asleep, and we can't find them, and then finally we find them. So I understand why it took him a little bit to call. But he called Brandy at 7:04 and told her that he couldn't find Michael and essentially to come home. So then Brandy heads home. Brandy Neal describes the conversation that she had with Tyler about Michael being missing. And she had a co-worker who saw her face as she was on the phone with her husband. And she immediately said, go, get your stuff and go. And Brandy ran out of her job. And that warms my heart that people can be so kind and wonderful, but they were willing to let her run and get home to try and find her son. Brandy said about the phone call from Tyler that he was screaming for Michael and that she could hear the fear in his voice through the call. At 7:10, 911 was called. At 7:15, Brandy arrives home. So Brandy got home 5 minutes after 911 had arrived. They said that the police were already there. The community was already out searching for him. She said it was a blur because it was all so much. There were people still searching out in the fields until 4 a.m. in the morning. She said, we didn't leave the outside for months. So I'm assuming that means that as much as they could be outside searching for him, they were. And I kind of have to go back to the Summer Wells case and the way that the parents have responded in that case. Brandy acts so much different than Summer Wells' family. Brandy's out, actively searching. She's got Twitter pages that she comments on and posts. She's got every single platform of social media that she's constantly posting on and constantly looking for him. And I think for me, that's what makes me feel like the Wells know something, that something happened to her, because if I were a mom who was missing my child, I wouldn't be staying at my home. not doing anything, not looking for my child. I would go to the ends of the world for my kids. There is no way that I'd just be like, go. The last thing they said recently was to some protesters that had gone out there. They said, go look for other children who need your help. What? So, in a press conference held on November 19th from Fruitland PD, Chief J.D. Huff said, there is an increased probability Michael was abducted in large part because the agency has made no headway in ground searches. And to hear the police who haven't given an Amber Alert say that there's a high probability of him being abducted, but he doesn't have an Amber Alert, just doesn't make sense, you guys. It does not make sense. Excuse my voice, holy cow. Fruitland Police, the FBI, and other investigative agencies have combed through thousands of acres of land and found nothing. They've done boats, divers, dogs, and on foot, and are following every lead, and they have found nothing. Michael's family has been working closely with the police and complying with investigative requests. So that makes me believe the family even more, that it's truly an abduction because they're so willing to communicate with the police. So apparently there was a blue Dodge Avenger that was seen in the area, and they came forward and were cleared. So canine dogs searched the area for Michael, and they were able to track his scent all the way down to the end of the neighborhood, and then it stopped abruptly. There was part of the interview that made me cry. It was just very sad for me. So basically Brandy talked about a joke that was made, and her daughter told her mom, it's okay to not live in sadness all the time. I cried hearing that because I can't imagine how Brandy feels, but one thing I do know is that kids can fill our hearts, and she's very lucky to have her other kids there to help lift her when she needs it. Her daughter said, we have to try to live in the present. It's okay to be sad and think about Michael, but we need to try. And that was kind of a summed up version of it, but how profound coming from your daughter telling you that it's okay to be sad, it's okay to sit in that grief, but you also have to try to be okay on days and to not be sad all the time. Even though I know, being in that situation that Brandy and Tyler are in, I can't imagine being happy. I can't imagine being happy. It would be very, very, very hard on me. So I can only imagine how hard it is on them. There was one final thing that I kind of wanted to talk about, and that was about Michael and what the rules of their home was, and whether he was allowed to be outside by himself. And as being a mom, there's a lot of times that families let their kids go out and run around out in the neighborhood, and you know, I'm personally not one of those people because I watch too many true crime things, and I'm probably more overprotective than most people are. But I also understand living in safer communities and wanting your kids to be able to just live their lives. I mean, when I was that age, it was normal for us to be running around the neighborhoods and for my parents not to know where I was 24/7 and sneaking off other places. Just was the way it was growing up. We didn't have social media. We didn't have all of these other things. So you want your children to be able to be children and to enjoy being outside and all of that. But Brandy talked about him being outside, and she said that they allow him to be outside in the backyard, never out front, unaccompanied. About 1.5 years ago, he followed his brother down the street to a park, and his brother didn't know. And his grandpa was driving home and saw him and took him home. So she said that's as far as he's gotten ever. That was the closest to him going out of the house without their knowledge. And I guess for me, I just feel like as parents, we all need to lift each other up and encourage and be kind regardless of what you feel or think. We all have different ways that we parent, and our parenting isn't always the same. And you may not agree with people's parenting, but to be so judgmental about it doesn't help anything. It doesn't help Michael come home. And so, if I can say anything that I've learned coming away from this case, is that we all just need to be a little more loving and kind and not judge. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this case. Do you feel like an Amber Alert should have been put out a long time ago? Do you have any ideas of what you think happened to Michael? I really hope that he's found soon and that he can go home and be with his family who love him dearly. I am so grateful for you guys watching my videos, and I hope that you enjoyed listening to this story time and that you enjoyed watching me do my crafts. And if you want any of the crafts, go to our website that's down in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe, click the thumbs up, the like button, and comment. Tell me what you think about this case. Tell me what other cases to do. I am excited for the next one. I hope you guys have a wonderful, amazing day. Love you guys. Have a great day. Bye.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah. No. Who is that? Who is that? What are you doing? You are silly. Silly. It's gonna fall off.
I really wanted to get it right. Trying to find some balance in my life. I never really had a fight. Now I'm losing sleep. What if I lost touch? What if I'll never get it right? I try to follow my heart, but I lost it somehow. Wish that someone could say it'll all be okay. Just listen to me as I say. Listen to me as I